All right, guys, I love doing intro to percentages because by now I feel like you're a little more comfortable working with decimals and a little more comfortable working with fractions. So percentages, first of all, I identify the magic number. The magic number is 100, right? This percent symbol means division of 100, right? Division of 100 when you see the symbol, right? Now, there's only two things are going to happen when you have a percentage question or your basic percentage question. You're either A, going to be multiplying by 100, or B, you're going to be dividing by 100. So these are the two things that two operations you're going to be performing in your basic percent question. So when do I multiply by 100, right? When? So it's as simple as this. If your problem is asking for percent, if it's asking for percent, so no percent symbol is visible. No percent symbol is visible. Right? So for example, you might get a question that says, write 2 as a percent. Right? So that'll be 2 times 100, 200%. That's it. Okay? So if you have a question where you see your number here doesn't have the percent sign next to it, is asking for it to be a percent, that's when you multiply. And guess when you divide? You guessed it right. When your problem is asking for a number, right? Or a non-percent. So it's going to be given in percent form. So it's asking for a number. So it will be given in percent form, or better stated, you will see the percent sign. You will see the percent symbol, right? So it'll say something like, write 2% as a fraction, or it might ask you to write 2% as a decimal. And there's two ways. So once you see this asking for the percent, that's when you're dividing, because again, remember the percent symbol actually means division of 100. So if I'm asking to write 2% as a fraction or a decimal, trying to make it into a number, it'll be 2 divided by 100. And as a fraction, that's actually 1 over 50, right? And if I want to write it as a decimal, 2 divided by 100, remember the rule when we say whenever your divisor is an exponential of tens, like tens, hundreds, thousands, you just move the decimal places 2 places to the left. So this will be actually 1, 2. So this will actually be 0.02 or 0.02. Okay? So let's do some problems. So remember, the magic number is 100. When doing intro to percentages, there's only two things you're going to be doing with basic percent questions. You're either going to be multiplying by 100, right? Or you're either going to be dividing by 100. You multiply when if it's asking for percent, or it's not visible. No percent symbol is visible. Okay? And you divide when it's just asking for a number, which could be a fraction or a decimal, right? So it's be a fraction or decimal, okay? And when the percent sign is visible. So let's do a couple of problems. All right, here we have some questions. Here we're asked to write 0.5% as a decimal and as a fraction. So here our percent symbol is visible. So that means we're going to divide by 100. So this is actually 0.05 divided by 100. Okay. And what's good about that is that we can move it 2 places to the left. 1, 2, right? So this is actually 0.0005 as a decimal. Now, if we remember our fraction game now, this is going to be like a complex fraction, right? So remember, be very careful here. What is 0.5 as a 0.05 as a fraction? This is actually 5 over 100, right? Remember, you take the whole number to be the numerator, your numerator, and then according to how many places, that's how many zeros we add, right? So it's 2 places, 2 zeros, or we can say this is actually 5 hundredths, because that's the tenths place, that's the hundredths place. 5 hundredths. Now, all we did was just convert the decimal part into a fraction. This is the same as saying 5 hundredths percent. We didn't get rid of the percent as yet. So now we still have to get rid of percent by dividing by 100, because that's what that percent symbol means. So this is actually 5 over 100 over 100. And we can rewrite it as 5 over 100 over 100 over 1. So now we have a complex fraction. We have a fraction dividing another fraction, which means this is our dividend fraction. Just a little recap on fractions. And this is our divisor fraction. So it's going to be the dividend times the reciprocal of the divisor. So here our answer is actually 5 over 10,000. Yep, believe you me, that's it. Now, be careful. Is that it? Remember, this is a fraction, so we still have to follow our rule where we have to reduce into simplest form. And if we look at 5 and 10,000, they have a common factor of 5 in it. So this is actually 1 over 2,000. All right, let's try another one. Let's see what we have. Let's take a look at write 28%. 28% as fraction and decimal. All right, so here we go. That's 28 over 100 because of the percent symbol. So we could decide to either convert this into a decimal right away or a fraction first, whichever. Floats or both, it doesn't matter. Here we could probably do this is a fraction. It's really nice. This is 2 times 2 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28. And this is 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. 4 times 5, 20. 20 times 5 is 100. And if we cancel out our common factors, we're left with 7 over 25. So that's actually it as a fraction, because remember, we must reduce when it comes to dealing with fraction. And as a decimal now, life is nice and easy peasy. All we need to do is move our decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2. So our answer here is 0.28. Yep. Let's try another one. Here they give us they gave a fraction. Here we go. They gave a fraction percent. Here it is. They give 66 and 2/3% as a fraction. Now, they didn't ask us for a decimal. They just wanted it as a good old fraction. So this is actually going to be a complex fraction. So first we'll have to convert this into an improper fraction, right? So that's 66 times 3. 3 6 is 18. 3 6 is 18 and 119. 198 plus 2 is 200. So that's 200 over 3%, which is also 200 over 3 over 100. Remember, percent means division of 100. So anytime you have a fraction with a percent, it's going to be a complex fraction. So I'm just going to put this 100 over 1, and then I'm going to multiply my dividend fraction times the reciprocal of my divisor fraction, right? And this looks beautiful because we could see 100 and 200 have a common factor of 100, leaving us with just 2. So our answer here is just good old 2/3. Notice my answer don't have the percent symbol in it because it was given as a percent and they just wanted it as a fraction or a decimal. Let's see what happens now when it's vice versa. So now they're going to be giving you either fractions or decimals, and they're going to want you to write as a percent, 0.94 as 0.094 as a percent, right? And here we don't see our percent symbol, so now we're going to have to multiply by 100. And this is beautiful. We know that when we multiply by 100 tens, 100, any exponential of tens, all we have to do is move the decimal point to the right according to how many zeros in our product factor there. So this is 2 zeros, 2 decimals, 1, 2. So the answer here is 9.4%. Done. Right? Remember, the percent sign was not given and they're asking for percent. So all you got to do is really move decimal point 2 places to the right and you get your percent. Converting to a percent is, you know, less complicated than taking your percent and converting it to a fraction or decimal. You see, we had complex fractions and all kinds of things. Let's say if they want you to convert a fraction as a percent now. All right, same old concept. It's 1/8 times 100. So we could treat these two like fractional problems, and we could prime factor our 8 into 3 factors of 2, and we could prime factor our 100, right, which is 2 factors of 2 and 2 factors of 5, and then we could cancel out common factors. There you go. And what am I left with? 25 over 2. Percent. Or if we want to get fancy and convert this into a decimal number, here we could have 12.5%. Alrighty, let's try another one. All right, here they want us to convert 9.04 as a percent. And again, it's going to be times 100 because we don't see the symbol, which simply means move 2 decimal places to the right. We move right when multiplying, left when dividing. So this is actually 904%. Believe you me, it is. Let's say it was just a regular number. Let's say they just want you to convert 15 as a percent, right? It'll be 15 times 100, which is 1500 by hindsight right here. Or you know your decimal point is to the end of a whole number and you just got to move 2 more places to the right. You'll use 0 as placeholders. So this is 1500%. Let's do one more fraction problem. Let's see what that looks like. Let's try 21 over 40 as a percent. So that'll be 21 over 40. Times 100 over 1. We treat them as fractions. I like to prime factorize when multiplying my factors. That's 3 times 7. That's 8 times 5. So it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. And remember, we prime factor 100 earlier. So let's see what we can cancel common GCFs here, or common factors. So we have 2 factors of 2 in the numerator. In the denominator, that matches 2 factors of 2 in the numerator. We also have a factor of 5 in the numerator and denominator. And what are we left with? We are left with the factors of 3, 7, and 5, which looks like it'll give us 105. And we have a factor of 2 remaining. And if we want to, so it's 105 over 2%. Who works out, you know, if you go to the bank and you ask how much percent they give you, who tells you 25 over 2%? Or who tells you 105 over 2%? So we should actually convert these into decimals so we can have, you know, decent numbers to share with our clients if we become future bankers and things like that. So that's 5. And 2 factors of 2 is in 5, so that's 4. All right, and we bring down a 0. Boom, 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 boom. So 52.5%. All right, guys, that's it for basic percent equation problems. Remember, the magic number is 100. And remember that the only two things we'll be doing at this stage of the game is multiplying by 100 or dividing by 100. Multiply when you don't see the symbol and they're asking for percent. Divide when you see the symbol and they want you to convert into a fraction or decimal. If you have any questions, you know how to find me.